Oh my god. We are talking Game of Thrones Battle of the Bastards. And oh man, like I've heard, I wasn't able to watch. I watched it yesterday. No, I watched it today. I can't remember. I watched it and I was hearing from, Sunday's episode. Everybody's like, oh man, this was a great episode. And I was talking to my buddy Spencer. And this was a great episode. He asked me the question, is this the best Game of Thrones episode? And I have to think about it, and I would have to rewatch some episodes, but I'm going to say no, but it was really, 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 really good. So, spoiler review. I mean, you guys already seen it. I was the only one I'm late to the party, so let's talk about Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, Battle of the Bastards, hands down, was a very freaking entertaining episode. It was entertaining. It was satisfying. There was rights, there was wrongs, there was a lot of revolution, or not revolution, but a lot of revealed to certain characters. Davos, I believe his name is Davos, finding the little thing that he made for the daughter of Stannis. And then, oh my god, like the battle, for Winterfell. You had Jon versus Ramses. You had the Lord Bolton himself. You had those two finally clashing. Before I get to there, though, let's talk about Khaleesi. Let's talk about Daenerys. Let's talk about Khaleesi. And Khaleesi's meeting with Theron and his sister, them offering their alliance to her in order for her to kill, just to give them a little something, something to eat their beak. And even Tyrion's like, all right, because... But before we get to Theron and all that, Khaleesi's comes in with their dragons. Of course, I believe I called this destroying all the masters, the people who are trying to get their slaves back, ships, like destroying them all with her dragons. So, dude, the black dragon, I think her name is Dogo. That's a badass dragon, but I'd rather have Schmog. What can I say? But those are some badass dragons. Love the scene. Love when she was in the air. Yes, it does look a little weird, odd. It doesn't quite look fantastic as you want it to be, especially with the effects and budget and all that stuff. But it still looks great. It looks really, really great for an HBO series. But they do kill off pretty much everybody. Tyrion does let one of the masters live so he could tell Khaleesi is here and she is not to be fucked with, was it Grey Worm? Man, Grey Worm taking out those motherfuckers like nothing. That was really great. But let's get back to the conversation with Theron, his sister, and of course Khaleesi's, and then him saying like, yeah, my sister, she would be head of pretty much where we're at. And Khaleesi's like, all right, well, you're gonna give me all these ships. There was a little Now, Theron's sister, she's like, damn, girl, what's your name? Like, that was pretty funny. I don't know if it's going anywhere, but there's little hints here. I mean, because Khaleesi does have that one dude, but honestly, I don't think that's just a booty call. I think me and Spencer were talking about that. But Khaleesi has her ships. She just has to kill their uncle, and, we're heading in the right direction for her character. She's finally going to go try to take back what is rightfully hers, but is it rightfully hers? Wink, wink. So there's that, and then we also had Jon. Then we finally had Jon and Lord Bolton himself, Ramsay. Boy, was this great. This was so good. You had the wildlings, you have the conversation with Jon and Sansa when they were fighting in the tent. I thought that was great. I thought the heated conversation, it really felt like they were siblings. It really felt like I didn't see the actors. I saw Jon and I saw Sansa, and I saw a great acting performance in that scene. I saw these two go toe to toe. I don't like Sansa, but she was right. She was right, and I don't like really too much of the actress because she plays Jean as well, but she nailed that scene, and I thought both of them had great chemistry in that scene. So that scene in the tent where they're arguing back and forth, I thought was really, really was fantastic. Sansa was right. He told Jon, like, our brother's probably dead. He is dead. I know this guy more than you do. He likes to play games. Do not get emotional or we will lose this battle. And what does Jon do? He gets fucking emotional. It was fucked up when Ramses had his brother in, like, he'd had him tied up and he brought him into the battlefield. But before then, Ramses and Jon met up, just like to discuss the battle and stuff. I mean, there's still honor within. There's codes when it comes to a war, and they were, discussing. And Jon says there don't need to be no bloodshed, just you and me, 1-on-1. Whoever wins, that's it. Ramses, of course, is smart enough not to go with that and just like, you're good, you're very, very good. So they do end up, battling. Jon doesn't have that much numbers. He had what, like 3,000 and 3,000, and Ramses had what, 10,000 armed men. And so he gets his brother, right? He has him in the back, and he's like, "Oh, run to your brother, run to Jon. Just all you have to do is go and run." So the brother starts running, booking it, and I knew that he was going to pull the arrows. He pulls the arrows, starts shooting at the little bro, and Jon's like, "Oh, shit," gets on his horse, tries to go rescue him, but of course the kid dies. Ramses kills him, hits him with an arrow and just kills him. I don't understand why the brother didn't zigzag, and I don't understand why he didn't hide behind like one of those one of the burning things. I know it's burning, but still, that's better than fucking out in the open. I did learn that he was supposed to be much younger, and Spencer told me this, my buddy Spencer. He told me that, yeah, in the books he's much younger, so it kind of is more understandably why he would just go straight to his brother Jon, especially when Jon had his hand held out. But I still felt like, yeah, he needed a zigzag, and he just like tried to just, once Ramses was done loading up or firing that arrow that missed, he should have like tried to get cover until all the troops came and got him and Jon and stuff. But I don't think it would have mattered. I think he would have died anyway, because boy, once he dies and Jon is just standing there, and then Ramses is like shooting, having everybody do the nuke, shoot all these arrows at him, and then everybody's like storming to go kill Jon, and then his army comes in and they come to blows. Like, woo, that's some crazy stuff in here. Some crazy. It was a great battle. The continuous shot was well choreographed, well done. I felt that whole battle felt like a cinematic game experience. And when I'm saying a cinematic game experience, you know how they have trailers for, like, let's say Old Republic or something like that? It reminded me of Old Republic, like Star Wars The Old Republic. That's what reminded me. There's a lot of things going on, but you could see what's going on. You could tell what's happening. A lot of great, crazy, badass shots. A lot of great camera angle movement. A continuous shot. Like, that battle scene was well choreographed and well handled and done. And what it reminded me most about that battle, what it reminded me most of was a car crash. The beginning of that fight where all two armies collide, it reminded me of a freaking car crash, and you're the only one that's going in slow motion, basically. It was intense. It was crazy. I loved it. I loved that I loved that whole battle. What I loved, though, was when Ramses had his army, like the best of the best, his soldiers, do some Spartan ass shit, man. They got their shields, they went, whoo, they surrounded them, they circled them. This is the problem with Jon, is his emotions gets to him, and he's not a tactician, he's not a Napoleon, he's just not, he's really a warrior. He is not a commander. And I think him being a king, I don't know, he needs to learn a lot of different ways. He needs to start really hearing either advice, or he needs to learn the tactician, the strategies of warfare, because he got trapped very easily. It was very and he almost died. He almost cost his life. It cost his big buddy the giant's life, but there we go. So what was crazy was Sansa getting help from Littlefoot. Or Littlefoot. That's the land before time. Littlefinger bringing his army. Didn't think about it. I was like, I was still trying to think about the ladder. I'm like, no way, Khaleesi's and the dragons show up right now. I mean, they're on the other side of the world. But no, it was Littlefinger, and I don't like Littlefinger, but hey, Jon's still alive, so yay. The big giant coming into Winterfell. Ramses scared shitless. Ramses getting fucked up by Jon, and then getting fucked up by his hounds. I thought at first Sansa was gonna like chop off his dick, but nah, she got his hounds, and like he's like, my hounds are loyal. You haven't fed them for 5 days, bitch. Like, that was crazy, man. That was crazy. Hands down, this is one of the best episodes of Game of Thrones. It had a great entertainment, had excitement, had a villainous figure finally bite the dust in a fucking satisfying way. I would have liked to kill Theron to kill him, but we had Sansa getting her revenge. I would have liked Theron to get his revenge, but it is what it is. So Game of Thrones Battle of the Bastards really showcases a lot of great camera movement, a lot of great cinematography, a lot of great stuff for a TV show. I mean, it didn't really feel like a TV show at one point. The battle itself, a lot of great choreography going on in here. The music was great. The battle itself was great. The tensions were great. The one-on-ones were great. The interactions were great. Everything about this episode was fantastic. I fucking loved it. If I had to rate it, I give it a 10 out of 10. I give it a 10 out of 10. Would I like a little bit more, story on some of the other characters? No. I think we're fine. I think it was well balanced with Khaleesi's. I think they wanted to show you what's gonna happen. Like, they're setting up Khaleesi's, and yet they're setting up for Jon as well, because Jon now has Winterfell, but now Littlefinger's involved here. The witch lady, she basically got found out. So a lot of things are going to happen, and I don't think we're going to get a lot of Jon and Sansa and all them next episode. I think we're just going to get like where they might be headed for the next season. But this was a great fight, great battle. Is it the best battle I've seen on Game of Thrones? No, I think the Wild Things and White Walkers was the best one, even though the Wild Things got slaughtered. But when it came to an overall fight, an overall war aspect battle, this is one of the best. And Game of Thrones is just kicking ass, and I love it. And it's my number one show. It has to be my number one show. I mean, I love all the characters. I love all the characters, even the villainous ones. You know why? Because that's exactly what they are. They're villains, and sometimes you need a real son of a bitch like Ramses. He's done. He's gone. He was worse than Joffrey, but who do we have to be that villainous character again? Well, we got a couple. We had the High Sparrow. We have Cersei still. A lot of people still don't like Cersei. We have the uncle of Theron. So there is some villainous activity going out there. So, but Ramsay was definitely. It was great that he lasted pretty long, and I think this was the great time to take him out. So, I'm Dan the Macadam Son. Thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Like the video if you like it, and comment below. Love to hear you guys' thoughts. Till next Game of Thrones, the season finale. I cannot wait. Oh, man. This is... God, I'm going to have to read the damn books. I'm going to read the books. I'm out of here. I am King of the North, but I don't die. So, see you guys later.